Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come by and share with you every book that I'm reading right now. Technically, I want to complete all of this by August, but I'm not really sure I can do that. But it's everything that I'm reading, and I read a lot of books at the same time. So I just wanted to share with you these amazing books that I'm going through right now. So I'm going to start off with this middle grade book. This is The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. This is the first book in the Land of Stories series. This is The Wishing Spell. There are so many books in the series. I think there are already about like 10 books. I'm not really sure. But this is a really popular series as well. So I wanted to give it a try. The Land of Stories, this is about these two kids, their brother and sister, and they fall inside a book. And by doing so, they end up in this fairy tale world with a lot of modern elements. So this is like urban fantasy, but for middle grade-ish. So I actually started reading this book. It's really easy to read. It's very breezy. I'd recommend this for middle graders, young adults, anybody for that matter. It has a lot of phrases that will make you swoon. I really liked some of the ones that I read, and I'm taking my time with these books, especially this one, because it feels so real when I'm reading it, and it kind of connects me to like a real world, even though it's like talking about a lot of fairy tales. I don't know if that made any sense, but once I'm done with this book, I will do a complete review, so you can decide if this is something that's up your alley. The next book that I picked up is Laura Purcell's The Whispering Moose. Now, I read Laura Purcell's other book. I think that was her first book, which is The Silent Companions, and it was so spooky. Spooky as in, I think she has a grip of this kind of horror, spooky elements from the Victorian English age. It's kind of like not ghostly horror or supernatural horror or anything of that sort, but it's just this kind of ambiance that she creates that puts you at the edge, and it's very creepy. The way she does her word building is so amazing, and it's perfect for like a spooky season, Halloween season, Octoberish for sure. This one, The Whispering Muse, is also in the same lines. I think that's like that kind of genre is up her alley. All of her books are similar to that. This one is again another gothic mystery thriller come creepy nostalgia, and this takes place in London's West End. So this is about how there is like a lead actress from the theatre in London's West End who's made a pact with the moose of Greek mythology. So basically, I think it's like a pact with the devil, and then how she navigates through it, and how she fears she's got a huge price to pay because weird things start happening in the theatre. I kind of felt like this is sort of like Phantom of the Opera because it's on similar lines, but I love Phantom of the Opera. That is my favorite musical ever. So I kind of feel that this may be giving me that kind of vibes. So I want to read this completely and let you know what I think about it as well. Next book I picked up is this super viral book, Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Now this is a epic fantasy set in a ambiance location that is totally out of this world. It's got the devil or death himself, and it's got like our main protagonist Ceres, who comes face to face with death. So this has like fae elements and lots of supernatural creatures and beings, well, everything that you can expect in an epic fantasy. I am so excited about this book because I heard that this has lots of spice and smart, and not exactly I'm excited about that, but it feels like this book became popular because of that, and the storyline is very investing. So I wanted to give it a try and see what I think about it. And this is a huge book, might I say. It's got about like 800 pages, and I've like started this so far. I've gone through like about 100 pages in, and it's been really good. I mean, the setting up of the worlds has been very interesting, and I'm so excited to see where this book leads. And I think this is the first book in a series, and so I feel like it's gonna be kind of like Crescent City, except Crescent City is more urban fantasy and this is epic. So I feel like this might be even better. I don't know, but it's got great mythological elements tagged to it as well. So I'll put a separate review of this book once I'm done, because this is a very, very viral book and I want to share my thoughts with you once I'm done with it. The next book I'm reading is Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. And if you have not been to my channel before, I will repeat this again and again. I am a huge Riley Sager fan. I love all the books written by him, and Home Before Dark is one of my all-time favorites. And it's just because it's not just like horror or cliche horror, because there are a lot of cliche elements about Riley Sager's work, but there's always like lots of twists and turns that you don't expect, and somehow despite all of that you feel as though there's something you don't know about the story. So that is, I think, something very special about Riley Sager's books, because you think, okay, this is what's gonna happen, and there's suddenly a twist, and it always builds up to something you expect, but it's never what you expect, and I think that is amazing. So this is Middle of the Night. This is about a quiet place in New Jersey where a friend of Ethan, whose name is Billy, has disappeared, and then 30 years later Ethan comes back to his childhood home desperate for answers as to who took Billy, what is happening, and there are strange disturbances that are happening in the middle of the night, and it keeps happening in the darkness, and he's not really sure if there's a neighborhood or people or the government is involved or what is going on, and he's looking for answers. So as always, this is some kind of mystery, but there are paranormal elements to it. At the same time, it is a thriller. So that's how mostly all of Riley Sager books are. So I'm excited about this one as well. And then I'm reading The House at the Edge of Magic. So this I'm reading on my Kindle, and this is another middle grade book. And I started this one because I've been wanting to read this for a long time, and it's been on my TBR. Well, then that happens to most of my books, because I feel like I repeatedly say that. But this one in specific, it's like a really short book. Not really short though, but it's short enough, but it's really engaging. And this one is about a thief, and she steals like a small apartment, kind of a keychain or a locket, and then when she takes it away and she goes off to like this secluded area that opens up into it starts building into a big house, and then she goes into this house shocked as to what it is all about, and that's when all of the fantasy elements start happening, and I think that's a great way to start the book. So this is how it started. I'm like quarter way through, and I am excited to know what happens. This is again a series of books. I'm not sure if they're interrelated, but then this has a bunch of stories that are similar in this aspect. I will also read this and let you know what I think about it. And the last book I'm reading is this classic, and this is Lady Chatterley's Lover. So this is by D.H. Lawrence. So this goes into my trying to read as much classics as I can for the year. And this book in specific is really difficult to get, because I've been searching for this to try and read this, and it's just difficult to get my hand on this book. And this particular copy I got from of a friend, and I am excited to read it. But this is like the 1950s smut, but this is a lot more passionate, I would think, and not necessarily spicy smut. So this is definitely not for everyone. I will definitely put it out there, because if you're thinking of picking up this classic, think twice, make sure you know what it's about, and then pick it up. It has a lot of triggers, and so I want to specifically say that if you're interested in reading this, make sure you check out what it's about before you pick up this book. On a high level, this is about a girl who gets married into a family with a person from the army. He eventually becomes disabled, and then she's stuck in this huge mansion. He's a lord and she becomes a lady, and she's stuck in this huge mansion with him. Asked to procreate and pick a guy that she would like and procreate, so that they could have future heirs for the abbey that they're living in. So it starts off like that. I don't want to give more details of this book. You can check it out on Goodreads or wherever it is that you check out books about. But it's supposed to be one of the nearly banned classics, and that is intrigued me more, and I want to read this book. So there you go. Those are all the books that I'm reading currently. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.